as requested, and finally, more Ranger content. But before we go further into this video, I have a humongous favor to ask of you. If you want to see more Ranger videos, make sure to hit the like button right now and tell a friend to do the same. Make sure that you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so you know when I make new videos. And this is really important. Make sure to comment below and tell me what kind of truck you drive, what you've got done to it, and what you're looking to do in the future. That will give me some ideas on what kind of videos to make moving forward, and also let me know that I'm doing a good job and I'm not wasting my time. Because to make these videos, it takes money. You gotta buy parts, and it takes time to put the thing together, and it takes way more time when you're shooting a video, and even more to edit. Sometimes it takes me 20+ hours to edit these videos, and that's why they're usually 3 months delayed. And to be honest with you, I've got 5 other projects I'd rather be working on, but because there's been so much rave review about the Ranger videos, I'm willing to make more. But please, just do me a huge favor. It costs you nothing to hit the like and subscribe, and it really helps out the channel and lets YouTube know I'm doing a good job. Now, with all that out of the way, let's talk about today's project. So, I've installed a Fabtech flat spare tire carrier. On my old 99 Ranger about 20 years ago, I had the tilted one that went like this, and I ran it all the way to the back of the bed without a tailgate. Because it looked cool. I mean, there's really no other reason for it. I just thought it looked cool because that was the cool thing to do back then. It let people know you were a real off-roader to do that. And they had these bed support things, and I would never spend money on those ever again, honestly. If I were to make this truck a dedicated rig, I would pull the bed completely and cage the back of it. That's the way I would do it. But because I don't have another pickup, and because I want to maintain the functionality of this truck, I left the tailgate on, and I used the flat carrier because the flat carrier is super easy to remove, and I can just use the truck as a truck again. When I had the 3-legged version, it was a real pain in the butt to remove it, so I never did. And that truck was not a truck anymore. It was just a desert toy. Now, here, I can still use it as a truck, even with a spare in it, but if I want to haul more stuff, I can take the tire out super easy. More importantly though, leaving the tailgate on actually adds more weight to the back of the truck, which is important for maintaining traction. So on my previous Ranger, that thing cycled 16 inches of travel in the front, and for a while I was just running a Bilstein 5100 with a Deaver spring in the back, and that was sketchy because there was no weight in the back. The shocks sucked. They got really hot really fast and couldn't keep up with the front of the truck. So there was one time I was mobbing down through the desert going like 65, 70 miles an hour, hit a bump, and the back of the truck went like this. And I'm looking straight at the ground, just praying I wasn't gonna flip over. So really, really important to run more weight in the back of the truck to keep traction and to keep you from endoing and dying and stuff, okay? On my other Ranger, I had 2 full-size spares. I only have 1 here, so the tailgate adds a lot of extra weight to keep the back of the truck planted. When I went to Discount Tire and I had the factory spare removed, this thing was bouncing all over the place. And now with the even heavier spare, the truck feels more planted. So it makes a big difference. Now, to install this, it's super, super easy. The first thing you want to do is remove the factory spare tire. On the newer Rangers, they have this little pulley system that lowers the spare. In fact, I think the van has the same thing. But how it worked was there was a hole behind where this license plate is, and you would stick like the tire iron in there and just kind of turn it, and it would lower the tire down on a pulley. On these older Rangers, they're bolted in, which is kind of cool because it's a lot faster to remove it. So it just depends on what truck you have. 93 to 2011, they're literally the same trucks. Except for that spare tire mount, it works differently on the older truck. So just, I'm gonna show you how to do it on this truck. I don't have a newer one to show it to you on, but those are pretty easy to remove. To remove the spare tire carrier, there are a few bolts you need to remove. There's a 19mm in the center on the very back that you remove. And then there's a really odd 14mm nut, and the head of the bolt is 13mm. So that's kind of weird. And on the other side, there's 2 more, same sizes, and you can pull the whole thing off. In the center, there's a part of the mount, and there's 2 more bolts behind here. I'm super lazy and didn't want to remove the license plate. If you have a ratchet box wrench, that's super helpful. To install the mounting bracket for the tire carrier, you need to drill 3 holes into the bed. Now, if you're really particular about the way your truck looks, make sure to measure twice and cut once. For me, I'm not all that concerned about the way this truck looks. It's got dents, it's got holes, it's got rust. It's kind of a mess. So I put the tire where I thought I wanted it to be and I started drilling. Now the problem with that is I started drilling and I noticed that I ended up running into one of those horizontal support beams on the bed and I wasn't able to drill all the way through. I went underneath the truck and tried to clean up the hole using some tin snips, but realized that the mounting bracket wasn't going to be able to mount flush there, so I had to move the mounting bracket back and I started the hole from the bottom. To drill the holes, I used these graduated Christmas tree bits, and the way they work is the deeper you go in to the hole, the larger the hole is. It's a good idea to use a punch to start the hole so that the drill bit doesn't dance around the sheet metal. Once I got the holes where I needed them to be, I bolted them up. And like most car projects, it's a lot easier to do this with a friend, but it's totally doable to do by yourself if you take the tailgate off. I have really short arms, and so if I can do it, you can do it. All you gotta do is hold on to the nut on the bottom side and torque it down from the top. Once the mounting bracket is snugged up, all you gotta do is line up the tire, install the 2 mounting discs on top of the tire. One of them is foam, which keeps the wheel from getting scratched up and allows for some compression, and the top one is made out of aluminum. Twist the T-handle all the way down until the wheel is snug. And because people suck sometimes, it's a good idea to use a padlock to lock your tire down. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, post them in the comments below. And again, if you want to see more Ranger content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend, and don't forget to comment and let me know what kind of truck you drive, what kind of mods you've done, and what you'd like to do in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.